Well, it looks like we got another mystery on our hands. You might want to grab your Scooby Snacks here, gang, because our very first clip was actually aired live on TV, and we're gonna get to it right now. If you're new here, you do not have to subscribe, you do not have to like the video. Roll it.
Astronomers have detected a mystery stellar object which emits pulses of light for 2 minutes every 44 minutes.
Ooh,
a handful of objects like this have been found before, but this is the first to emit both radio waves and X-rays. Curtin University astronomer Dr. Tung Wang led the international team behind the investigation, and he joins us now. Tung, welcome. So can you tell us more about what you've found, what you've detected?
Yeah, we want to know. Know. Yeah.
Thanks, Rose. So we have discovered something that we don't quite understand. So it is a cosmic object that flashes in both radio waves and X-ray every 44 minutes. So it comes from our own galaxy at around a distance about 15,000 light years. So it's pretty far away, but still within our galaxy.
As a scientist over on YouTube, I'm talking about me here, guys. As a scientist on YouTube, it's blinking every 44 minutes and is seen 15,000 light years away. And we know that the light takes time to travel. 44 minutes, 15,000 light years away. Some don't add up. Something ain't adding up. Any scientists watching, let us know. Something ain't adding up.
So this is the first object to emit both radio waves and X-rays, as you've said. Why is that so unusual? And does that give you any clues as to what it might be?
Yeah, so even though there have been similar objects discovered before, but they only flashes in radio waves. So as you mentioned, this is the first time we saw this kind of object also flashes in X-rays.
Just like Jodie Foster's character in the movie Contact, scientists have come across a
So this was back in 2022.
mysterious signal from a galaxy far, far away. In a study published on Wednesday, the journal Nature said that they've detected a very unusual radio burst. It has a pattern that's similar to a heartbeat.
Wait for it.
And for now, the exact location and cause of that burst is unknown. I want to bring in CNN's Tom Foreman to discuss. So, Tom, this strange and persistent radio signal seems like a pulsing heartbeat.
Scientists have discovered a star behaving like no other seen before, giving new clues about the origin of a class of mysterious.
Like, are we looking at a real picture here? I mean, I'm asking because you never know in this day and age. Hey, is this like a real image? Is this a real? And wait for it. Relax. You're gonna get some tonight, and we got another clip that I want to share with you. So May 29, 2025, just recent. Currently, I'm recording this video at 12:15 a.m. East Coast Eastern Time. June the 3rd, 2025. Let me know when you're watching in 2050 or 2075. Let us know. And it's, I guess, there's a tag of NASA, never a straight answer. So it's coming directly from never a straight answer, okay?
Mysterious objects. A team of astronomers combined data from NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory and Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder radio telescope in Australia to study the antics of the discovered object, known as ASCAP J1832 for short. ASCAP J1832 belongs to a class of objects, so-called long-period radio transients, discovered in 2022. These vary.
So is this a real video? What are your thoughts on it? One in the comments if you think it's a real video. Two in the comments if you think they are making it out to be a real video, but deep down it's not a real one. I want to know where you're at with it. Just want to gauge you guys on it real quick. And real quick, before I forget, I need to shout out to Kimberly for becoming a brand new member on the channel. Welcome on in, gang. Thank you so much for that. Shout out to the homie Robert and Gina for the super thanks, and shout out to Shabanoti and all of you guys for dropping incredible amounts of super thanks, tips, your likes, your subscribers, the support. You guys gotta do none of it, man, but I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for that. Thank you for being here. Means a lot, man. All right, let's get back to the content.
In radio wave intensity in a regular way over tens of minutes. This combination of the 44-minute cycle in X-rays and radio waves, in addition to the months-long changes, is unlike anything astronomers have seen in the Milky Way galaxy. Scientists are now racing to figure out if ASCAP J1832 is representative of long-period radio transients, and whether its bizarre behavior helps unravel the origin of these objects.
Just come out already, damn it. Just come on. We demand answers. We demand answers. We, the public, demand answers. Shout out to the homie Secure Team. Check this roll.
I want to start with something that honestly sounds...
And I wanna also, if you have time, we're gonna also talk about this one too, man. Because this man was talking some crazy stuff.
Sounds like it comes straight out of a sci-fi script. Astronomers working with the Meerkat radio telescope in South Africa have detected something deep in our galaxy, about 15,000 light years away, that they simply can't explain. It's an object that they're calling a, quote, radio transient. But that term doesn't come close to describing how bizarre this thing really is.
Let's find out.
This object is said to emit powerful radio bursts that last exactly 1 minute long, like a cosmic pulse.
Yo, what if it's just like an alien baddie, maybe an OnlyFans alien bimbo out there that is like winking at us and be like, you know what I'm saying, like asking for to be rescued. Bruh. But damn it, 15,000, how many light years? 15,000 light years away. Man, you too far, girl. You just too far, man. I don't think I have a rocket ship like that can reach you in time.
And it does this every 22 minutes on repeat, not just for a few days, but for decades. We now know this thing has been sending out perfectly timed signals since it...
Ooh, okay, so if that's true, then it makes sense, right? 15,000 light years away, blinks twice every 44 minutes, aka 22 minutes, once every 22 minutes, and it's been doing that for decades, and of course it takes time for the light to travel. So yes, now if it has been doing it for decades, God knows for how long, I guess finally we're getting the light. And it's also another, and I'm sure like some of you probably heard this, whether you believe it or not, that's totally fine, like that's up to you. But this is something that we hear, that yes, sometimes, and most of the time, that most of the stars that you see in the night sky, if you're watching it somewhere where there's less light pollution, you're gonna see stars, right? And more often than not, what they tell us, whether it's real or not, but it's very, very fascinating, they tell us that most of the stars that you're looking at, they're probably not even there. We're looking at something that happened in the past. Essentially, it takes time for the light to travel, so whatever we're seeing in the night sky, whatever you're looking at, if it's a star that is like thousands and thousands of light years away, and if you're able to look at it, it might already have been dead. It might not be there anymore. It's just that we're seeing the light come down here, because it takes time for the light to travel, and it's like in the past. So yeah, man, it's pretty wild if
at least 1988, which is wild, but for decades. We now know this thing has been sending out perfectly timed signals since at least 1988, which is wild. Most known cosmic objects that pulse like this, like pulsars or magnetars, they rotate incredibly fast to generate that kind of output. But this thing, it's rotating way too slowly to account for the energy it's putting out. The signal is also highly polarized, meaning it's twisting as it moves, almost like it's been modulated or filtered through something. And I'm showing you some of the news reports about this mystery discovery. And so what do we really have here? A brand new class of star, which is a possibility, a relic broadcasting a signal, or something far stranger, maybe even deliberate. Because when you take the repeat interval, the energy level, and the long-term consistency, it starts to feel less like random noise and more like a beacon. And the deeper we dig, the more this thing refuses to fit inside any natural category. Whatever this is, it's out there, it's active, and it's been doing this for over 35 years.
That's
wild. Somehow no one noticed until now. And
how do we know 35 years though, right? Like, how do we know? If we're just noticing right now, it could be there maybe yesterday. I'm just trying to make a point, probably not yesterday, but you know, like, yeah, it could have been there yesterday, metaphorically speaking. Could have been yesterday, could have been millennia ago, centuries ago. Yeah, how do we know exactly how long it has been? Did we... Because the only way I can think of is perhaps we recorded this thing 30 years ago, didn't think of it much, or perhaps we did, and we have been tracking it ever since.
And so, yeah, as I've always said, There are strange and mysterious things out there in the cosmos that we can only begin.
This discovery could indicate a new type of physics or new models of stellar evolution, Wang explained. Finding just one of these entities could lead to the discovery of many more. I just wanted the TDs, not the N in before. Bruh. Okay, I'm joking, man. Bad joke. Okay, bad joke. Finding just one of these entities could lead to the discovery of many more. And I quote, the discovery of its transient X-ray emission opens fresh insights into their mysterious nature. Professor Nanda Ria from the Institute of Space Science, ICECSIC, said, oh crap.
Into fathom. Comes to the tip of the second
this one.
Go on, and well, let's talk about the now viral case of the so-called Buga sphere.
This one, it's very fascinating. I mean, for me, it's hard to believe, Ben, before I show you guys this, wait for it. For me, it's hard to believe because we saw the Buga sphere, somebody recorded it and then went near and then picked it up, petted it like it was just a small-ass chihuahua. Bruh. Brought it home, put it under an X-ray machine. They even done like CT scan of it. What are we talking about? And it's the so-called Buga sphere, aka a UFO. Oh shit! I mean, if this thing is real, bro, like, I'm just saying, it should not be happening, but like, I'm just saying, the guy would have been disappeared, okay? We would have had the US military all over his ass, or we would have had a Colombian military all over that dude's ass, bro. Pause, but like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, if we're talking about UFOs out here, bro, if you have a, and man apparently takes a UFO like a soccer ball, pets it, and put it under an X-ray machine, right? So I'm just having a hard time believing it, okay? But if it's really true, crazy, and it's still making the waves.
Here. And if you haven't heard of it, well, on March 2nd, 2025, in the town of Buga, Colombia, a glowing metallic orb was filmed zigzagging across the sky in broad daylight. Eyewitnesses, including a woman named Maria and a local treasure hunter, described it as pulsing with different colors and moving like it was intelligently controlled. No wings, no sound, no visible propulsion. Shortly after the sighting, the object reportedly struck a high-voltage power line and came down near a wooded area. A man named David Valles recovered the object and described it as cold to the touch, seamless, and roughly the size of a bowling ball. Before we go any further, here is the footage of that mystery Colombian sphere.
And I'm certain most of you already seen it. In case you didn't, well, here you go. And then there's like this one, right? I remember this one too. I'm just like scrolling, so while you're looking at the full one. And this video right here, when he goes near it to capture it, yeah, you're looking at the, if you see the autoplay here, or the frame from the video, yeah, he goes near it and he grabs it, pets it like a good old chihuahua. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. And I know like a lot of people would say, yo, so they've been traveling here from thousands of light years only to crash here. Don't make sense. And yeah, don't make sense, but I mean, you never know, right? They're probably not that advanced. Maybe it was just a female alien pilot. Yeah, there we go. Bruh. With the female alien pilot jokes. You guys think it was a female alien pilot that did not pay attention and crashed? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Just want to know, man. I don't think so. I think that's kind of misogyny on them alien females, but you guys be thinking that all the time, so kind of sad, but it'll be what it be, I guess, huh? I don't think so, but you guys be thinking that a lot. Why you guys thinking that way, man? Damn, you guys gotta chill, man. To my ladies watching, men are sometimes very, very dumb, man. Men do men thing. I guess this man literally do the most men thing of them all. He's like, yeah, let me go and touch it. Let me go pet it. Like a chihuahua.
Okay, pretty crazy, right?
Joke side,
so
crazy.
Here's where things start sounding like a movie. Mr. Valles refused to give the sphere to authorities, fearing that it would disappear forever. Instead, he handed it to none.
It is true that it will disappear for good, but what did I just hear? So they were asking for his consent? Nah, man, this is why I'm not believing it. This is exactly why. Bro, like, the government would probe that dude's ass, bro. Yeah, like, they wouldn't even ask for consent. They would be like, yeah, give me that UFO right now. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, there is zero way. Nah, man, they wouldn't. Maybe Colombian's military is not more nicer than a US military. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe it could be a thing, but I don't think so, man. Like, jokes aside though, like, what are your thoughts on this one? Because this alone just makes me hard to believe the story. It's fascinating, don't get me wrong, but yeah, man, what if, right?
None other than Jaime Maussan. And if you don't know, well, it's it to none other than Jaime Maussan. And if you don't know, well, it's that Mr. Maussan, the controversial Mexican ufologist known for his involvement in past UFO stunts, like the so-called alien mummies in Peru,
there we go.
And an entire list of
yeah, there we go. See what I'm saying?
others, many of which turned out to be scams and things.
There we go. I don't think we need to know more. It's sad because, listen, if you're new here, if you're an OG but did not know, mathematically speaking, I'm a believer that we cannot be alone, okay? Mathematically speaking, we just cannot be alone. There's just billions of galaxies, and in each galaxy, there are billions of planets. And on our own planet, bro, we're 8 billion. We all look different, okay? And we're all different. And we got multiple different races, ethnicities, yeah, right? And on top, you couple that up with the fact, and this is a crazy fact. I came across the fact of there are 6,000 different breeds of bees alone. Oh shit! The honeybees, you know, the flying bees, the little twats right there. Yeah, 6,000. Of course, couple that up with the sea life, you know, the birds, all different kind of birds, different kinds of dogs, different breeds of dogs, different breeds of cats. I mean, like, and billions of galaxies, billions of planets. We just cannot be alone. So I'm a believer in that aspect. Maybe you're not, and that is perfectly fine. If you are, if you're not, that's perfectly fine. I mean, that's the beauty, right? We can have discussions, and I love the different takes, different opinions, and all that. But this one, I just don't believe it. Maybe it is real. Maybe it is real, but I'm having a hard time.
Things like that. Still, Mr. Maussan brought in radiologist Dr. Jose Luis Velasquez, who ran X-ray scans on the mystery orb, and what they found is strange, to say the least. The object contained 3 concentric metal shells, along with 18 internal microspheres and a central chip. And you heard that correctly, a central chip that appears too precise and organized to be random. The outer surface of the sphere, well, it's covered in what some say resembles ancient runes or scripts, possibly Mesopotamian, with artificial intelligence translations suggesting phrases about transformation, unity, and consciousness. Make of that what you will. Now,
I wonder what the text says, and this reminds me of one of the podcasts. I haven't had the time to fully watch it, but I've seen clips of it, and I remember it. It's I believe it was with Lou Elizondo, and yes, you know, a lot of people believe him, and a lot of people don't believe him. It's the same thing as with Dr. Stephen Greer. Dr. Stephen Greer calls him a fraud. Lou Elizondo calls Dr. Stephen Greer a fraud. Indirectly, allegedly, whatever you want to say, right? So both of those boys don't believe each other. Both of those boys be beefing, and then you of course got a lot of people believe in one side but not the other, and a lot of people believe in both sides. A lot of people not believe in both sides either. I mean, you gotta do your own research, and it's good. I think it's good to listen to both without taking everything as cold hard facts. But you should not be dismissing everything you hear, but you also should not be believing everything you hear. I guess we all just want disclosure at this point. So, but yeah, so that podcast was with Lou Elizondo, and they were talking about the alien language, these sort of alphabets that have been seen throughout the history, but also it was a topic of discussion ever since NewsNation Jake Barber guy, you know, the eyes wide open guy, the guy that never blinks, people gave him that name on the internet. Bruh. Ever since we had that NewsNation report of the X-ship UFO, yeah, so we had that podcast, and they were talking about the sign language, alien sign language, and it happens to, I guess, have that too. So
even weirder, the sphere reportedly changes weight when placed on digital. The sphere reportedly changes weight when placed on digital scales.
Wait, what?
It also shows electromagnetic reactions and vaporizes water on contact. There was even mention of a German scientist who came out to analyze the object, but abruptly left town afterwards, possibly to avoid being publicly linked to the case. That's how strange this has gotten. Now, places like Twitter and UFO Reddit have been...
It looks to me like a metallic-like organism, like an AI, but that's both organic and technological.
...ablaze with theories. Some believe this is a total hoax built from spare parts and...
No, I do also believe that it's a hoax, but I'm still open to the idea of, hey, if we are given, like, definitive evidence tomorrow... yeah, I'll become a believer. I mean, I'm not like a full-blown, like, hey, it's 100% fake, this, that, the other. If there is good evidence, then I'll definitely turn into a believer. And maybe you are a believer, and if you are, let me know what is that one thing that makes you a believer in this story. I mean, now more than ever, I'm not believing it because the guy that is in question here, he has faked other stuff in the past. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. Maybe this time he's telling the truth. Maybe this time it is. You never know.
Amazon gadgets. Others think that it's an actual recovered probe. And to complicate things even more, new videos have surfaced from a different town showing similar spheres with Masan's media company watermark stamped right in the footage up in the right-hand corner, which can be linked directly back to his YouTube channel. Now, this gentleman, Jaime Masan, has a long history with dodgy UFO-related revelations, and that's just a pure fact. I mean, there's even websites that you can visit that even...
Now, one thing is true, is that we've seen UFOs look like this. So, not all of the videos that we've seen are fake, of course. Some of them are probably real, and this shaped UFO is definitely real. We've seen it numerous times, hundreds or if not thousands of times. But this specific case is very dodgy.
And websites that you can visit that even list all of the different discoveries, whether it be the mummified remains of a so-called alien mummy, which turned out to be nothing more than rearranged human bones glued together. He also sold an infamous tape of a daylight UFO to a television network for a reported $120,000. The tape was later proven to be a hoax. And this sort of pattern with Mr. Masan just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, more reasons not to believe it, you know. But can a brother get 2 pennies, though?
But, you know, today's video isn't to bash the guy, but, you know, as long as I've been doing this here on YouTube, personally, if I ever see this man's name linked to some sort of UFO or alien-related news,
don't take it for real,
take it with a grain of salt. And as I said, people on Reddit and Twitter are completely divided on this. Many believe that the footage that I just showed...
That's the thing, man. What if it's actually real this time, but nobody's believing it? It's like the boy who cried wolf. And we're running out of time, so I would have to, like, put this for the next video, guys. Yeah, we'll definitely... Because I want to do it justice. It's pretty long as well, so... Yeah, probably one of the video in the future. You'll see it, alright? But did you see this video, though? If not, click on this video on the screen, man. This one is gonna knock your socks off, and the footage that we have of those UFOs, aliens in this one, crazy, man. Check it out in the meantime, and I will get you back with the other one, alright?